Welcome to the 21-day challenge. For those of you that are new, I'm going to try to cover all the things that we discuss in the orientation for you right here in this video. For those of you that have done a challenge before, a lot of this is going to seem familiar, so I'm just going to touch on the few things that we're going to focus on for you. And this applies to both of you, but I'm going to touch that first, and then I'll dive in deeper into the other stuff that our current members and prior challenges already know. So first and foremost, your weigh-in needs to be done this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're only open from 8 to 12 during this COVID relaunch, stage one kind of thing. But we have the in-body takes 5 minutes to do. It's no time at all, and you can schedule using the link in this portal. So once you schedule your in-body and you find out what your weight is, that's how you're going to determine your meal plan. And the meal plans are all in the portal under nutrition. So if you are 180 pounds, you will see that it says a weight variance between 150 and 200, and it will say, or whatever, and it says 1.75 is the name of the meal plan for you. So you'll just match up the right meal plan for your weight. It's important for you to do the one that it tells you to do because you want to make sure that you're not starving to death, not miserable, you're getting the proper nutrition. And I promise, even if you're allowed to eat more than someone else, I promise you still will lose weight because of the type of structure for the macronutrients that the way the meal plans are done. There's not a lot of changes if you've done a meal plan before. With us on a challenge, there's not a ton of changes. You may see a couple items that are not on there, and you might see a couple new items that are on there. If it's been a long time since you've done one of our meal plans, you will notice that you can have fats in the evenings, which is pretty exciting. So that's a nice thing. That's an addition for this particular meal plan, and I'm actually going on right now just to look at it and see with the 1.25, which is that meal plan is between that would be 100 pounds to 150 pounds. And yes, indeed, you can see there's a fat, a protein, and a green. So I'll just touch on that really quick. For those of you that have never done one of our meal plans before, they're all color-coded, and it's really easy to read. It'll give you, on the meal plan list, it'll have for each, like, protein, carbs, fats, and it has green carbs, vegetables, under a different column. It has exactly how much you can have of each of those per serving. So for instance, for breakfast, it says you can have 1 carbohydrate, 1 protein, and 1 green. Then you would just pull 1 serving from each of those lists. You can combine. So if you wanted to have chicken in your omelet, you could take a half of a portion of your eggs and a half a portion of your chicken, and you can you could throw chicken in your omelet. So you can split that up just as long as the total equals 1 serving. With the graphs that are in the meal plans, it'll show you if you're allowed to have fat in each meal, or what you're allowed to have, and you just want to make sure you stick to that. It'll also, when it talks about greens, that's the only column that there's no limit to. So on the protein, fats, and carbs, it says exactly how much you can eat. But the veggie list, it says any vegetables except for, and then it has a list of vegetables that it wants you to avoid during this time. It does not mean that that's bad for you. It just means that it's not ideal for this plan, and we want you to succeed. Some of these things are higher in sugar, higher glycemic items. There's a reason for it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not as smart as the guys that put this together, but it works, and I promise it does. Beyond what the meal plan is, they will be requesting you to have a protein snack in between each meal. So an ideal day would be a breakfast or a meal replacement shake, which the Isogenics meal replacement shake fits the bar perfectly. So if you're having meal prep issues, that can make things simpler. Even if it's just 1 meal a day, it can make life a lot more simple. I mean, that's what I do. But then for the snack, it'll tell you exactly the size snack you should have, how much protein you should be taking, men versus women. And that can also be in a form of a regular protein. So even though most people do protein shakes because it's just super easy, you can also do something off the list of, like, if you wanted to do egg whites, or you wanted to do cottage cheese or something like that, you can do a snack off that list. Just make sure it matches the total grams of protein allowed for that snack. So your normal day would be a breakfast, a snack, a protein, basically, a lunch, a protein, and a dinner, and then nothing after that. Another thing you want to know is just to make sure you know is that all condiments count, and so you have to be really careful. We're looking for calorie-free items. So if it's calorie-free, it's okay by me. That means Diet Coke. If you're a Coke addict and you got to have your Diet Coke, obviously it's not as healthy as having water, but we're not gonna, nitpick everything together. We're trying to get as much weight loss and results in 3 weeks as possible, and you need to do whatever you need to do to get through it and be happy. We don't want you to hate us. So just make sure your condiments are calorie free, and if they're not, you're just skipping them for these 3 weeks. I use almond milk and stevia for my coffee. You're allowed to have coffee, but no, you're not really allowed to have creamers and high calorie additives like that. So you want to use stevia. And you could use a tablespoon or two or something like that of like maybe an almond milk or something, because it's just super low in calories. So I normally say if it's under 10 calories per serving, then you can squeak it in without affecting you. So that's about the meal plan. I wanted to just hit that first because everybody gets excited about the meal plan and they want to know more about that. But I'm going to go down the list of just things that you need to know if you're brand new to scheduling and all that kind of stuff. But first, before I go into that, I want to just address the things that our repeat challengers need to know, and you as a new person need to know. And then I'll dive into more of the other stuff that our members do know. Reserving classes. So if you are new, then you should be taking the Tuesday, Thursday classes, which are exclusive to new people. That way we make sure that we can all break you in evenly together and teach you and take our time with you guys, and not completely throw you into the fire. Those are going to be 30-minute workouts. Tuesday, the first workout will be a little longer, not the workout, but just the time with Steve, because he wants to give you some more orientation. And he's going to address a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, maybe a little bit deeper. But you want to reserve those classes. You also will have access to kickboxing and any other free classes that end up popping up on our schedule as we are rebuilding our schedule as the governor permits and expands our occupancy. So reserve your class. There is a cancellation clause. You want to make sure you cancel if you cannot come, give us 8 hours notice, especially now more than anything when people we don't have a lot of room in classes. There is a fee if you no-show. So if you have any issues or whatever, and obviously if there's you have emergency, rules can be broken. We just want to make sure that everybody knows what's kind of expected, and we always want to try to give everybody, our friends and peers, enough time to be able to take my spot if I were to cancel. So we try to ask everybody to cancel the day before, but we know how sometimes people get sick late at night, and something happens and they realize I'm not going to wake up in the morning, and so the 8-hour window gives a little bit more time. So that's why we don't have a whole 24-hour or 12-hour window for canceling. So reserve your classes through the whole 3 weeks. Get those knocked out. And if you want to take any of the extra classes, you can totally do that. And your membership also includes, coming in and just jumping on the treadmill or working out if you know how to use the equipment. So feel free to make yourself at home. We do have different hours than we normally have because of the COVID, and those will probably continue to expand. So just be on the lookout for new classes that pop up, and also new hours that may be popping up as well. For you guys that are members and you're already in our Lift program, you're going to just stick with your regular Lift classes on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and you're going to be your focus is going to be on that 10 pounds or 3%. So both of you guys, whether you're brand new or you're current, the goal is 10 pounds weight loss or 3% body fat. Now, how this is going to work when you go in and you do your InBody, once you do your InBody, it downloads all that information into our app. So Steve is going to go in on the weekend and look at everybody's InBodies and give you your specific goal to fit your body type. The reason that is important, and we don't allow you to set it, is because the InBody tells us exactly what is realistic for you. So for instance, even if you had 10 pounds to lose, if we see that your muscle is low, we know good and well you might gain some muscle. That could really throw your 10-pound loss off, because it's not 10 pounds of fat, it's just 10 pounds overall. So we may put you on a percentage if your muscle mass is low, to give you a little bit of wiggle room to increase your muscle mass, and you still may lose 10 pounds of fat, but you would be a percenter. So we're looking at your total body composition when we're creating your goals for you. It's important for us to look at muscle mass, fat mass, total body weight. We really want to make sure that we're setting you up for success. So we will, if you have 20 pounds or more to lose, you just can know you're probably going to be a 10 pounder. But as you get closer and closer to that 10 pound window, and when you look at your end body, under the end body tab in this portal, it tells you how to read your end body. I suggest you definitely take a look at that video. It's a great video to break it down. And it gives you a sample video and a sample picture of the end body. And I even outlined it in red so that you can easily draw your eyes to your own end body of what we're looking at, which is weight, body fat mass, muscle mass, and body fat percentage if you're a percenter. So those are really the focus things that we look at, because we want to see if your muscle mass is if you're holding it or you're gaining it. And we also want to look at how your body fat mass is looking as well as we go week to week. And you will do weekly end bodies every weekend. And you'll need to reserve those using the same link that you use to do this weekend's end bodies. So the end bodies are really valuable. It's a great tool for us. It also can catch some dietary mistakes. So it'll rat on you before even your best friend rats on you. So, but the end body is awesome. You just want to make sure when you're looking at it, the first end body doesn't tell you as much as the second end body when you start comparing them side to side. That's the end body. Now there's a couple of apps that you're going to need. I say a couple, there's a few apps that you're going to need. If you do any of the virtual workouts, you'll need the Zoom app so that you can Zoom video conference the workouts. We are shooting them live. You basically kind of get a sneak peek or kind of a bird's eye view of the workout room, of what's going on in the workout. And we always have somebody, whether it's one of our trainers or a willing member, doing the workout to showcase, kind of how the flow is. So you can hear the trainer's prompts, but you're also watching somebody work out as well. And that's so that you can work out at home. But we also have 3 weeks of workouts already archived, ready to rock. They're pre-recorded workouts we already did via Zoom. So you can kind of get an idea of what our community is like, because they're live Zoom workouts. And so there's other people doing them with us in Zoom. But those workouts are done. They're shot at our house. We have a studio here, and so we shot all that there. And we have upper body workout, lower body workout, an abs workout. We have a senior fit workout. We have a mobility stretching workout. So we've got a lot of different things. They're already ready to go. So if you need something on the fly, you don't have access to a Zoom, or the Zoom recording hasn't been sent to you yet, because once we shoot a video live, we also record it, and then we upload it to YouTube to private, and then we share it with you. So if you want to do a video, a Zoom workout, and you don't want to do it live, but you want to do it later, you can still reserve it, and we'll send you the link to the YouTube to do later. It takes several hours for us to bring home the video, upload it to my Mac, trim it, save it, downsize it, upload it to YouTube. So it could take several hours for us to do that. So it's not something you can get right away, but it normally within a day, you will get that workout. So if you want to know, you're missing a workout and you're dying to know what they did, just reserve the Zoom that matches. So that's kind of how the Zoom workouts and the virtual workouts go. So you'll need the Zoom app. You'll also need the Zen Planner app. Hopefully you've already got that and you've already reserved your classes by now. But another app that we use besides the InBody app, which is the app that you track your weigh-ins. And I know this sounds like a lot of apps. You're really the Zen Planner app is probably the one you're going to use the most. But the other apps they're a nice addition to the program and give you some other options. It used to be when you did weigh-ins, you had to keep track of all your copied paperwork, which gets lost and it's kind of crazy. Now everything's digitally stored and you can access it from your phone or I believe even a computer. But another app that we have that is awesome for communicating with our staff, getting motivated, for our coaches to reach out to you, and it's called the Voxer app. The Voxer app is a walkie-talkie style app. Voxer has been used in for years in restaurants and hotels. And if you ever saw somebody that had a little curlicue and maybe at your favorite clothing store, and they're like and they're walkie-talking the other staff to find out if there's a size for you, they probably are using a Voxer system. Well, now they have a Voxer system is linked to your phone, so you can use the same system on your phone. Now, it automatically is the app is set up not to walkie-talkie you in real time. So in other words, it's not going to just start talking out of your pocketbook. It'll just alert you, and then you can listen to the message, unless you wanted to put it on that, but most people don't. So it's a way that we can Voxer or and walkie-talkie you and send you a voice or text or even a GIF and all that kind of stuff. But we can have a conversation with you in a time that's convenient. So I may be thinking about you and I reach out to you and I go, hey, how are you doing? Checking on you. I saw you rocked the class or whatever. And you can get that, you'll get an alert, and then you can listen to it when you have a bit of availability to listen to it, and you can reply when that's convenient. But we can have a conversation even if it's not in real time. So that's our communication app, and our staff and our coaches all use that. So in the portal are all the links or their usernames so that you can reach out. So you can, you had a workout and you really wanted to tell Paula how awesome it was or how awful it was, you can use that Voxer app to communicate with her. So that's our communication system that we use specifically for challenges. That way, when our Voxer goes off, I know when my Voxer goes off, it's either my staff or it's one of my challengers. So it's a great system. So the Voxer app is another app you'll need. Let me just go down the list to make sure I'm not missing anything else on apps. It doesn't look like it. So in the portal, you have your meal plans. We have some healthy shortcuts. We have food savers and freezing foods and stuff like that. These are just things, because of COVID, we updated our portal to be able to help you get through some of the issues that we have with food being like all of a sudden random food is missing and just can't get it and stuff. We have some travel tips in case you do have to travel on the go, as far as traveling on a diet. There is a great cookbook. The cookbook's awesome. You just can click on it and download the digital version of it. It's got a lot of great ideas, and the protein shake recipes are some ideas for you as well. That's the only time that you can have a protein shake if it says it on your meal plan. If it says small shake or large shake, if it says that on your meal plan, then you're allowed to use one of those protein recipes. And even if there's an item in there that's not approved on our standard list, it's okay. So that's the only time that you can go off plan if your meal plan says you can. And then there's a meal prep survival guide. And that's just these are some tips on everything from low calorie condiments to find, and just some little tips and stuff. Under the health section, I put in build your immune system and also some COVID-19 nutrition and food tips. These are just things that might help you be able to navigate your meal prepping through COVID times, because times are odd. Now, under workouts, the workout tab, you have your workout options. And I kind of already covered that in this video. They also have the how to do the virtual workouts, how to reserve them, how to actually see, click from your app straight into the Zoom. And it also has a link that you can use if you want to do it from a computer and you want to AirPlay it or something to a big screen TV, which is really helpful. Then there's the 3 weeks of workouts, and you can choose from. They're all under workouts. There's some yoga and stretching workouts, pain prevention videos, and there's even some written workouts if you just needed to type something up and take it with you. So that's under your workouts tab. There is a troubleshooting video if you're not getting results, and that is very helpful. If by week 1 or week 2, there's a lull in your weight loss, that would be the time to watch the troubleshooting video. So that's basically it in a nutshell. Your goal, again, 10 pounds or 3% body fat. If you reach your goal in the 21 days, we're going to double your money and credit towards ongoing stuff. So hopefully this will be a good, you're basically betting on yourself, but it'll be a good investment in ongoing success. You don't want to rock 21 days and then just fall off the wagon and gain it all back, for sure. If there's anything that you need, use the Voxer tab to access our Voxer IDs and reach out to us anytime. Of course, any of the emails that come to you have my email address typically attached, so you can reply, or at least it will reply to our info at Lift Vero, which is our Lift fitness staff. So feel free to reply to those if those are easier for you. But we are excited about having you into the challenge. We want you to enjoy it, enjoy your time at Lift, and we hope you feel at home as possible in these times. Hopefully you'll enjoy a mask-free environment for the most part. Even if you yourself want to use a mask, which is totally fine. For the most part, most of our members feel pretty safe and healthy, and we're sanitizing everything to death. So hopefully it'll be a little bit of a retreat for you, maybe a little sanctuary away from the COVID crazies, and we can help you kind of turn your setback, which most of us have had, into a comeback. So welcome. I look forward to getting it all started this week coming up. So have a great one. Bye-bye.